Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss about the themes of romantic poetry, right? So let's begin by the themes of romantic poetry. The major theme and the major focus of romantic poetry is nature. So there are different kinds of nature. You see physical nature that is observable around us, the mother nature, and then the abstract nature that is the supernatural, right? And third one is human nature, right? So the focus of romantic poetry is the first one, the physical nature, the observable nature around us, the nature of the mother earth, right? So the romantic poets, they felt that due to this industrialization, the people are getting materialistic, right? And they lose the connection between to the nature, right? So they emphasize on nature and try to rebuild the connection, right? So here we'll see in detail in the poems of the romantic poetry, right, how this nature is focused, right? We'll see especially in wordsworth poetry, right? And then another important concept here is eco-criticism, right? Eco means environment and criticism is the simply criticism. So this eco-criticism deals with the connection of environment and literature, right? Human effects on environment it discuss, right? And nature impacts on human as well. So all these are discussed in eco-criticism. So the poetic cycle goes like this. There is a nature that bring a stimulus, emotions are evoked, imagination, and then that leads to poetry. So nature is personified in romantic poetry because humans coexist with nature, right? We depend on nature, nature depend on us, right? So these coexist, humans and nature, right? There's a connection between them. So nature is personified. We'll discuss this personification in poems of the romantic poetry. And second major theme is glorification of commonplace objects, right? So glorification means to romanticize or to exaggerate a commonplace, simple, trivial, small objects, right? For example, Wordsworth the glorified daffodils, a simple flowers, daffodils, right? But he glorified them in his poem Daffodils, right? And Ode to Autumn by John Keats, Ode to Nightingale, right? So they just ode to a Grecian Urn by Keats. So here you can see these small commonplace objects on nightingales, daffodils, they just glorify them, right? Or to West Winds by Shelley, right? And many more, right? So again, important concept is there, the 27 club. So these are the poets who died at the age of 27, and many of our romantic poets belong to this 27 club as well, right? So another important theme in romantic poetry is supernatural, right? Supernatural, the abstract things like spirits, ghosts, and all of supernatural objects, they are important part of poetry. They just in poetry the writers gives allusion to mythologies, right, and blending that supernatural elements and fantasies to make poetry more attractive, right? So supernatural elements are part of poetry, as you read many poetry and you saw these supernatural elements in Alexander Pope, Rape of the Lock, and in Paradise Lost by Milton, and many more, right? So in romantic poetry, St. Coleridge was well known for use of these supernatural elements, right? In his poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, he used supernatural elements, and in his other poems as well, right? He used supernatural elements in Kubla Khan as well, right? So individualism, another important theme is that of individualism is there. They focus on individuals. Okay, humans are born, they believe that humans are born good, but the environment is corrupting them. Another important theme is romantic hero. So according to them, romantic hero is a someone, the hero who revolts, right? So romantic poetry is that of poetry of revolt, right? So some romantic heroes, the heroes who revolt are Satan from Paradise Lost, right? Monster Frankenstein, and then Byronic hero. Another important concept here is Byronic hero, and it was introduced by Lord Byron. Also called this romantic hero is also called anti-hero or Byronic hero, right? Then another important theme is escapism, right? Escapism is very important theme. Escapism means you just try to escape from something, right? In romantic poetry, just escape from the miseries and the worries and troubles or problems of the world, and to seek refuge in nature, right? They seek refuge in nature through their imagination. They just go away from the worries of the world for the time being, right? So they just escaped. So the tendency to seek destruction and relief from the unpleasant realities, especially seeking engaging in fantasy. And John Keats was well known for using of this escapism in his poems. John Keats was the best known, right? And he created a fancy world so that he may forget the worries of life, and he preferred ideal world to the world of reality.